This is Dr. Brie-Anna Willey, and this is my channel, Business for Nerds. I'm interviewing entrepreneurs so we can mutually support each other in business. Today, I have Gabrielle Juliano-Villani LCSW on the show. She is a coach, a consultant, and founder of GJV Consulting and Training. She's going to talk about her business and the services she provides. First, I wanted to ask you, did I say your name right?
You did. I was actually very impressed by that.
Oh, okay. Yay. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. I'm so excited to have you on the show. I'm very interested in the services you have to offer to helpers. It's so neat. I saw your post. I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to have her on my show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I love sharing what I do. And yeah, I'm excited for your viewers and your listeners to learn more.
Awesome. So I wanted to summarize what you provide and then ask you about each service. So you provide coaching and consulting on how to scale your business and sell a business without burning out. Is that right?
Yes, I am what people like to call multi-passionate. So I have a lot of things that I do, but that's the main one.
Okay, that one I'm very interested in. That's also a bit of my focus is preventing burnout, preventing compassion fatigue. So we connect there. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so for me, I'm a social worker and I started in this field in child protective services. And it seems that, a lot of things have changed, which is good because when I was working that job, they were just kind of like, make sure you take care of yourself, but nobody really told me how to do that. And
Mhm.
they only really talked about it when it was too late, when I had already had really significant traumatic cases. Um,
Yes.
which I won't go into detail with that because I don't want to give anybody any secondary trauma, but it was not an easy job. And
Yeah.
I got burnt out there and then I didn't really do anything to fix it. I just kind of kept moving
Hmm.
and worked in a couple of other different areas in social work. And then I opened my private practice in 2017.
Hmm.
And I had a very specific niche. I worked with Medicare clients, and because of that, I grew very quickly. And so I started hiring, and that
Hmm.
went well. And then I hired somebody else, and that went well. And before I knew it, I had 15 people working for me, and that is.
Wow.
And yeah, which I never thought I would do, but that's the way life goes, right? Um,
Right.
and so I was burnt out again, but this time really felt more significant. And I think it was really more like, it turned into a depressive episode.
Hmm.
And I ended up selling my business. And then I just kind of went on a journey to heal my own burnout. And how I did that was actually with a lot of somatic and body based work and lots of nervous system regulation. And so
Hmm.
that's what really helped me. And what is true self care to me is learning about our nervous systems. And so now when I do consulting, coaching, training, my retreats, all of those are focused on polyvagal theory and our nervous
Hmm.
systems. So
Neat.
it's the core of everything that I do.
Wow. Can you tell us a little bit about polyvagal theory for those who don't know? Just a little bit.
Yeah, so this is a theory who was discovered by Dr. Stephen Porges. He's a psychiatrist,
Hmm.
and we all obviously have an automatic nervous system. We all have a vagus nerve, but he rediscovered these three pathways that respond to stress and respond to our environment. And so those three pathways are.
Hmm.
Um, One is called rest and digest. The second one is one that everybody probably knows, which is called fight or flight. And
Mm.
third is freeze. And so this is important because when it's a foundation for everything, not just for your business, but in life in general. If you're feeling stressed and you're responding to that, you're not in a place to make a good decision. And so we can understand ourselves better to prevent and manage our triggers and our stress better.
Wow. And so you help other counselors or other helpers to manage their systems better, so to prevent that burnout. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And how do you do that? So is it like one-on-one coaching? Is it group or kind of a mixture, or how do you help?
It is one-on-one coaching, and then I also do retreats that are focused on this work.
Mm,
I've done lots of training, so you could hire me for training if you wanted. I do those live, but I'm actually recording a course right now, so that hopefully will be up for sale soon, and then it'll be on demand, and you can watch it as many times as you want.
very cool. I saw a post that you have about 15 income streams. That's so awesome. I think a lot of us helpers want other streams of income. I think that can help prevent burnout. How's that going? How did that happen? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I know. Some people are like, that sounds like a nightmare to me. I understand. But I do think that it helps us prevent burnout because it helps us diversify. And, I woke up this morning and I had sold some of my Etsy templates. So I was sleeping and I wake up and I make money. And so I also appreciate that I can help people in other ways who maybe can't afford coaching or don't want to do coaching or retreat. There's other ways that I can still help people and also help myself, where I don't have to give my time to help other people. And so there
Right.
are so many ways we can do this as therapists. And I just, I started with one. So I think people hear that and they're like, want to do it all at once. That's not a good idea. I started with one. I focused on that one. I gave it attention. I nurtured it and I grew it. And then I moved on to the next thing. And I have a lot of support in place and a lot of systems in place also. And a lot of the other income streams that I do, they either don't require my one-on-one time, like my templates or my courses, or it's like a training. So maybe it is an hour of my time, but I'm helping more people in that 1 hour and I'm getting paid more. So I don't have back-to-back clients all the time anymore.
Wow, that sounds great. I think a lot of us are interested in that.
I'm
Uh,
happy to help. And I don't know when you are going to release this, but if it's before December, I'm speaking at an online summit about how I did that and sharing all of that stuff. So we can put the link, and it's free. And there are 31 other therapists and entrepreneurs talking about marketing and creating content and moving through imposter syndrome and being group practice owners and adding streams of income. So there's a lot of good stuff happening for free. So
wow, that's very neat.
people want to reach out to me directly, I'm very easy to find. I am on Facebook at Gabrielle Juliano-Villani. I have a Facebook group called Create an Abundant Group Practice, or you can follow me on Instagram, which is at GJV Consulting.
Okay, we'll reach out to you.
Nice.
Very cool. Let me see. So you brought up Etsy. I think that was the one that really spoke to me because a lot of us are creative. I'm creative. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so this one just kind of happened sort of randomly. I had passed a Medicaid audit, and so people were asking me a lot about how I did that, and I had created a note template, and I kept thinking that I wanted to sell it, but I needed to change some things and make it a little bit different to fit different provider standards.
Mhm.
And so I was like, yeah, maybe I will, but I don't really know how to do that. And I was actually scrolling on TikTok, and this creator posted, like, I have an Etsy shop where I sell digital, like, templates and digital planners. And I was like, oh, why don't I just do that? So that's how I started it. So mine is all digital, and I sell templates and like I have like lots of things to help with therapy, like a payment tracker, a discharge summary, a business plan, and they're all digital downloads. However, I just did a training on how to use Etsy as a therapist last week, actually, and if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You could do something completely unrelated to therapy, right? Because a lot of us are very creative. And I've thought about that too, because there's other things that I like to sell. But I really liked it. I've made $7,000 this year just on Etsy. So that's
Nice.
a nice little income stream.
Hmm.
It's very easy. And I know some people really prefer or think like I would just rather not pay the fees and do it on my website. And you could totally do it that way too. I just
Hmm.
see because I know that people go there to search for these things and it's very streamlined and easy to use. And, that just makes my life easier where I'm not trying to learn another system or trying to figure out how to refund people through my website. Like Etsy takes care of all of it for you.
Oh, nice. And they have, I think, their own marketing too, so that might be a way to be seen a little bit more. Is that right?
Yep, they do.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
they have their own ads, but they also have other ways that they will push your listings into their marketing, both on Etsy and off-site of Etsy as well. So it's a good
Nice.
platform. I really like it.
I don't think I asked you much about Medicare yet. I think a lot of us are becoming eligible to take Medicare soon and are kind of undecided about should we not? Is it going to be difficult? So you're supporting people with trying to figure that out or how to accept Medicare?
Yeah, that's like I said, multi-passionate, right? So I have
Hmm.
a lot of things that I do, and I'm also a subject matter expert in Medicare. My entire group practice was like 80% Medicare. I did all the billing. And so I've been doing training and consulting on Medicare since 2017. Even
Wow.
that actually, because my mom actually sold Medicare Advantage plans when I was growing up. So like I kind of always
You
had
really know it.
weird knowledge about it. So I'm pro Medicare. It's what helped me grow my group practice to 7 figures. It's what helped me sell it. There is a huge, huge need for providers. So you will have a very steady revenue stream, and they're really great clients to work with. It's not as complicated and as scary as it seems. It does have like some of its weird little nuances. But I have a
Hmm.
Facebook group called Medicare Consulting for Therapists, and lots of free stuff in there about accepting Medicare and what to expect. And then I have courses on billing and credentialing with Medicare and what needs to be in your documentation also, because I know people get freaked out about that.
Yes, very much so. Audits, that's a
Yeah,
scary word.
and you know what? It is scary, and I've been through them, and I came out on the other side and I lived. And I will say, like, most of the time, it's really just managing our own anxiety with audits. And most people over document and they do a better job than they think that they do. And it
Mhm.
just, it's scary because you think they're going to claw back all this money, but it's not, it's very rare that that happens. So.
Right. So that also helps with managing or preventing burnout, knowing more about that thing we fear. So it
Yeah,
sounds like you help with that too.
I do. I do lots of training and consulting on documentation also because it is scary and it's very unknown. And I think, when you go on social media and you see a lot of times people who post about these things, it's very negative and it's really easy to get sucked into that negativity. And those posts always get more engagement. I said
Right.
in my Medicare group too, because people will post about this and it's like 3 people that post and everybody just gets so anxious about it and like, oh my God, like audits, that sounds awful. What if you don't pass, blah blah blah. And there's another 2000 over 2000 people in that group who either haven't been audited or were and they passed, but people only see those 3 people that posted about it.
Hmm.
So you have to remember that.
Yeah. So more information, it
Yeah.
helps. That is so cool. I love that. I think I'm gonna have to join that group.
Yeah, join us over there. I really try to be very supportive in there because, again, I know it is very scary and it is different than commercial insurance and it has different nuances, but we all just try to support each other and even not just with Medicare. Sometimes people have questions about taking other insurance or Medicaid, and so we'll try and support each other
Mm,
through that too.
neat. Very cool. Um, Is there anything else you wanted to tell us about your streams of income, your business, other things you provide?
I think my two favorite things besides Etsy, because that's probably my number one favorite thing. So my top three are probably Etsy. And then the next two are training and retreats. And those are just really have my heart. I love teaching other people and helping them move through burnout. And so I do that on my retreats. We do nervous system regulation. I'm a sound healer, so we do sound healing. We do some expressive arts and some meditation
Nice.
to work through all of that. And then I do
Mm-hmm.
training on the same things. So you could hire me to do a training for your team on polyvagal theory or burnout prevention. And I just, feedback that I've gotten, which has been really helpful, is that it's been unique and different, and people seem to really resonate with the nervous system work. And so I just want to keep getting that out there.
Wow, that is so neat. Can you tell us your contact information again? And like I said, I'll try to put a little card up or something like that so they see a visual.
We will figure that part out, but you can find me very easily because of my name. It's just GabrielleJuliano-Villani.com, and it's the same on Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube. My Etsy is GJV Consulting, and so is my Instagram. So those are the only two that are different.
Okay, great. So people will find you. Awesome.
Oh, and the Medicare is Medicare Consulting for Therapists.com, and that's the same name as the Facebook group.
Okay. Well, thank you for talking about your business, and thank you everyone for joining us on Business for Nerds. Please follow Gabrielle and please like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you again. Take care, everyone.